What's going
We're
on?
live.
Yes, we are live.
What?
Beautiful.
You talked on the same. I'm like, what?
What's good, everybody? Another Zoomcast episode of the Neapolitan Ice Cream Podcast. Your boys, Christian, Joe, and Will here. Back in what is hopefully the last stretch of quarantine in New York City. But how y'all feeling, fellas?
Wait, the last stretch of quarantine?
I'm hoping, right? Is this doesn't tomorrow start like phase one?
Oh, reopening.
Mhm.
I think so. Yeah. Just good news, I think.
I
Finally.
hope.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Finally, good news after all of this.
Yeah. Hopefully. I mean,
Riveting dialogue we have going here.
You didn't say shit?
yeah, exactly. What did you contribute? Yeah,
Laughs. Nigga, say something. What
yeah,
the
exactly. Just laughs, doesn't say shit.
Don't worry about
But
it.
yeah, I mean, we could use some good news. Feels like the last couple of weeks been nothing but sadness and people angry, and a lot of that turmoil still going on from what we were talking about last week.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Protests have pretty much gone every day since it happened, really,
hmm
in cities all over. I've seen people in every state protesting, marching, doing all sorts of
Bro.
shit.
All 50 states plus about 18 countries around the world.
Which is
That's
nuts.
insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. That is historic. Like overall, the whole thing is historic, both good and bad. Like it's never been on this scale before, where the whole country marched for this.
The whole
Not
world
even
is
just
really.
it has an impact on the whole world, and that's for the first time ever. I don't think it's definitely not going to end racism, but it's like a huge step forward, where a
Yeah.
lot of it's people are being heard now.
Yeah, and I just hope that this isn't just like a moment and it just keeps going, like
Yeah.
you definitely won't see the same type of momentum forever, like with
Yeah.
people marching every day and things like that. But I hope people just start living more conscious of this sort of stuff.
Mhm.
And we can actually put some changes, like some systemic changes, like not just street names and paintings and, like writing, which is cool. That Black Lives Matter in front of the White House looks cool.
That was dope. That was like the biggest flex
Yeah.
I think I've seen from like a politician in the
Right
middle.
in there.
And I seen that they
How
changed the
wrong do
address.
you look erasing that too? Like,
Yeah.
The
Not like,
address
well,
now.
I guarantee, you think Trump's gonna give a fuck if he erases it?
he won't, but that you look disgusting doing that.
He looks
He doesn't
disgusting
give
now.
a fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like, how can anybody want to vote for him after doing things like that? It's like, that's crazy.
You'd be shocked, man.
Yep.
I know.
Yep.
I'm like, you know what I mean? Like,
But yeah, so the official White House address changed now because they've changed that street to Black Lives Matter Plaza.
I seen that. Yeah.
So now the White House's address is 1600 Black Lives Matter Plaza or something like that, which is kind of
Really?
funny. Yeah, because that street name that they changed or whatever.
It was Pennsylvania Avenue, right?
Yeah, but whatever plaza that is that like leads up to it is renamed that. So, like I said, it all sounds cool and it's nice gestures and I think it's dope, but I really want to see some real changes. So,
well, a couple of cities, it's either cities or states, I can't remember. They're starting to make some changes amongst the like policing and whatnot, like banning chokeholds, and some police reform is happening too, which is good, which is the start that we could use. New York's trying to pass a few things: transparency, chokeholds, any false calls, I think, based upon race could be determined as a hate crime. Shout out racist bitch Amy Cooper. But yeah, stuff like that, and that's that's the type of shit that is necessary to start. Hopefully, people that decide to make more racist actions start to think a little bit more, at least.
I hope so. I mean,
At least, very least.
yeah, if you see all this and your opinions, like if you're still biased and prejudiced and you haven't even tried or attempted to think of change the way you think, then I mean, shit. Like,
I have a question for you. In like, let's say 20 years, when our generation starts to seat more into political positions, into the government more, people that we can make change more, how do you think that's going to be, where our generation, who, whatever, woke generation, whatever the fuck us millennials get called, but, you know, I think you'd think that we're like the least racist and least prejudiced generation that's ever come. You'd think in like 20
I would think
years
so.
that there's going to be significant change.
I hope so.
I hope so too, because like for me, I can't like, especially in New York, I'm around all these races like all the time. How can I like just like try to X one out? Like I'm around them all the time. It makes no sense.
You just think that hopefully our generation can be the ones to change shit at this point, because the generation, the people of the past, like people that are older, the boomers, whatever generation you want to call them, the people that are like 40s and 50s right now, some of them care, but some of them, like I mentioned before, a lot of them are just, yeah, we know what's right, but we're not going to do anything about it. I feel like that's a lot of I know people of that generation that they're getting to the mindset where I don't want to read all the negativity, I don't want to read this and that, and that's how they're uninformed. You know,
Yeah,
a lot of them don't understand. You know, I know someone that didn't even know there was a fucking curfew going on in New York.
you're lying.
I wish I wasn't.
We get we get notices every day on our phone.
Yeah, we get an Amber Alert thing. Why didn't they know?
I didn't pay attention. I didn't think that was anything serious. Or so I heard another one say, "Oh, I thought the 8 p.m. thing was for the protesters." No.
No.
Do you know this person personally?
Yes.
Oh,
very
wow.
closely.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He said,
but it's just a shame that they don't, like, that generation refuses to want to learn more. They're done. They feel like, all right, my work is done. Or either that or they give up and this and that. And that's why our change. I don't know if our generation is up, can take that bullshit anymore.
Yeah, fair.
That's what you're seeing in the streets.
I seen a video of this little white girl arguing with her parents about racism and how she didn't like how.
I've seen that.
Yeah, like her parents refused to believe. Yeah, her parents refused to like understand the black side of things.
And did you hear her mom?
They just dismissed it. Let me look at statistics. Like you don't. We're living in it right now. What stats do you need to see? Like
they don't.
But that's the thing.
And the last episode, they're not willing to do anything.
They don't bother. And she argued about how she doesn't want to watch the news because I don't want to hear the negativity. It's like, but you need to. Like, you need to hear what's going on and understand. Especially if you're gonna make an opinion or a judgment based on something like racism right now that's going on.
Yeah, and it's like everybody always says, like, oh, I don't want to hear. I'm tired of hearing about the negativity and stuff like that. How tired do you think people are of living that shit? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have a choice to change your skin color.
That's a privilege that they're using. Oh, they don't want to hear it. We want to live it, but guess what?
Because they think, oh, it's not directly affecting me. Why should I do anything about it? I'll stay away. That's the problem. That's part of the problem.
Yeah.
They're afraid to call out people on their bullshit.
No, that's exactly it. And I think our generation hopefully can be the change that calls people on their bullshit and is just honest with all that stuff. I wanted to talk a little bit about I guess the strawberries of the world. Because Neapolitan ice cream, I guess the strawberry.
God, I wish you would take that back.
Pause. All right, fine. Black and white and the grays of the world, because there's a whole bunch of us.
Stop.
You try some.
It still works.
All right, go ahead, go ahead.
Anyway, but because
Wrong, man.
I feel like a lot of the focus is like black and white, right? And
Right.
then there's a whole lot of people in the middle of that
Right.
whole black and white. And
Mhm.
I wanted to talk about like where everyone that's like non-black and non-white kind of falls in between this, because we touched on it like briefly at the end of last episode, and then we saw this week when Dominicans were trending on Twitter and on the
Right.
internet for something that went viral. And I did want to talk about just like specifically Dominican anti-blackness, and then anti-blackness really just amongst everyone. But
Quick question. What
what's
was
up?
the exact hashtag on Twitter regarding Dominicans?
So the hashtag Dominican, there was a couple hashtags. Dykeman was trending.
Okay.
Dominican Republic was trending, and Dominicans was trending.
Okay. So just really quick point. When you saw that, did you immediately know it was being talked about once you saw that hashtag?
Well, I saw the video before I realized it was going viral, so I had a feeling it was that.
Okay. All right.
But anytime you see something trending, it's not good.
Yep, exactly.
It's
That
never.
was basically what,
It's never good.
I saw Long Island trending, and
I already knew
before
that
I
was some
saw
racist
the
shit.
video, I was like,
Even when this shit
I
isn't
knew
going
it.
down, I know that's what that is.
Getting exposed as
Yeah.
the true racists that they are. I knew it. I knew it the second I saw it. I was like, that can't be good.
Yeah. So did y'all see the video or know what happened and all that stuff? So I don't want to spend too
Yeah.
much time talking about the video in particular, because I think it did get blown a little out of proportion. But I think
The whole situation, though.
The whole
Yeah.
situation. It wasn't just the video.
yeah, it's
The
just
video was
everything.
literally what was happening.
Yeah. And like okay, so long story short, I guess through the grapevine, the people in community of Dykeman heard that looters were planning to hit that strip up next. So they band together and kind of did some community thing where they would gather there and try to fend anyone off. And it went left quickly when, they pretty much chased away the first group of kids that they saw, a group of black kids that they saw. And that whole thing got squashed. But I think the reason it was so quick to trend and go viral is because Dominicans in particular, and Latinos specifically too, have this, I guess, stigma, or it's a popular belief that Dominicans are or can be anti-black. I don't know if you are,
Yes.
and it goes to what me and Joe were saying towards the end of last episode. Dominicans historically have a conflict with their blackness, and it's not as prevalent in like in my generation and just like New York Dominicans and things like that, but it's a heavy rooted like thing in Dominican culture, and it comes from a lot of different things. So like me and Joe said last episode, Dominicans are black. Like Dominican culture is black culture. Our food, our music, it comes from like Africa. Like if you go to a lot of the Western African countries, a lot of the dishes are very similar to what we eat. All the Caribbean islands, Jamaica, Cuba, Trinidad, are all very similar. With specifically the Dominican Republic, you see a lot of our issues come from, one, our relationship with Haiti, which is directly tied to blackness.
Yep.
So real quick, not to go too deep into Dominican history, but Haiti was the first free black country in the Western Hemisphere to overthrow slavery. And so at that point, the Spanish side of the island, which is now DR, tried to pit those people against the Haitians so that they wouldn't get any ideas of overthrowing them. So they tried to instill this idea that, the blackness in you is evil. And if you, accept the Spanish side of you, it's closer to us, blah, blah, blah. So the installation of anti-blackness has been deep-rooted in Dominican ideologies historically. Also, we've had a lot of civil wars. There was a 30-year, I don't know how much I know about Dominican history, if they taught this in Spanish.
I know none.
But there was a Haitian genocide in the Dominican Republic. We had a dictator by the name of Trujillo. I don't know if you ever heard of Trujillo. He was in
heard.
power
Yeah,
for around
but
30 years, and he was very much anti-black and believed that he was trying to purify the people. So I think he killed something like between 30 and 60,000 Haitians and dark-skinned Dominicans throughout his time there. And for a lot of people, the only way they could survive was to denounce any sort of Haitian blood, African blood, or, try to make themselves as non-black as possible. And I think you see that in a lot of what you see with Dominican culture. So it's a deep-rooted thing with us specifically, and in Latin American cultures just in general. Most Latin American or most Latino people are black.
right.
You're talking Cubans, Puerto Ricans, Panama, any group of any country really that borders that would have been on the slave route to America is
Central and
black.
South America and the Caribbean.
Yeah, it's and they're black, and sadly in most cultures, not even just Latin cultures, but in most cultures, there's anti-blackness and colorism too. Like different shades of people have conflicts with each other. And that's not just Hispanics either. And I think we do have a problem with it because we are direct African. We have direct African descent, and we need to do a better job of embracing that just as a people in general, and be more accepting of everyone in our color spectrum, especially when we're the same race and the same people. But anti-blackness and darkness is spread throughout each culture. Like even if you look at Indians and Asians, when people of Asian descent or use umbrellas in the sun to block the shade so they don't appear darker.
I've seen documentaries on like Asian countries, how they see white as beautiful and dark as not as pretty. Like in Southeast Asian countries like Philippines and Vietnam and Thailand, they have like pharmacies that sell like skin cream that make your skin lighter so that they can look like the models on the billboards because they're white skin. They think white and super thin as a paper. That's another thing I've seen. Like you got to be thin as a paper. Like if you put a sheet of paper sideways, that's how thin you got to be from a distance out there. So they have a perception of beauty that's only matched for being white, which is wild.
Yeah, and
the only thing I would kind of note as well, I think, even though it's gonna be pretty ignorant, I think a lot of times you get, I'll admit it, because I haven't looked up anything about it, but a lot of people overlook, and I'm sure it probably also stems from the fact that even before those countries were colonized with slavery, well, kind of through slavery as well, was the Spaniards from Spain also enslaved a lot of people. And I think probably the people, eventually they colonized some of that territory, left people in charge that were racist, and it kind of stemmed from that as well. And I think a lot of that gets overlooked in history too. So
people people don't realize just like Spain and England pretty much colonized the whole world. France had a couple places, but they had
a little bit too. But
they had the whole world under their rule pretty much. So those
Spaniards typically, I guess you could say, were on the whiter tone, especially
they were all white
now.
Yeah, they were white.
They were all white. Yeah.
So I think a lot of it even stems, though they brought the language, I guess, over.
Yeah, that's what they got. Because Dominican people are a mix of the African slaves that were brought to the island, the indigenous Taino people, and the Spaniards. So it's a melting pot of all that shit. And Haiti only speaks French because the French colonized that half of the island. Or Creole they speak. But,
it's all interesting when you think about how
it's all fucked up, if I'm being honest. But
it's fucked up.
And it's kind of ironic. Yeah, we're talking about like Asians and then all the like idolizing the lighter skin tones on a way less serious note. White people love tanning.
Yeah. Oh, dude. They get the fake ones. They made tanning salons. Are you kidding me? Tanning salons?
We invented that shit.
Y'all the only ones that go to that.
They can't go to the fucking beach.
That's funny though. But Yeah, I guess my greater point is just as a community, it's way more than just white and black. I think that in general, everyone needs to do a better job of being less colorist and anti-black within their own cultures, because it's not just a white and
Right.
black thing. I think it's universal, sadly.
Yeah.
No, I
But,
agree.
So why they think that the group was trying to steal though?
We're in. I
there-
would just say it's the times that we're in now. It's a very sensitive, tempered time, and I think people are very passionate about their community. I'm passionate about my community. I don't want to see shit get looted, and people just get hypersensitive in the moment. I
yeah,
think. I think that's
I've
what it really
heard
kind of comes
different
down to.
stories. I heard that they saw another group try to break in or something,
Breaking into
And,
what?
like a pharmacy. But
Someone they did fuck up a couple of pharmacies I saw in the Bronx, I think, which is wild.
but
But you think
on
how
a,
fucked up that is? That's one of the businesses people need. People need that. Old people need that medicine. People sick need that medicine. You go and take it because you want to either sell it or it's mad fucked up.
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen people trying to cancel the heist. I don't even know if that's still the case now that they squashed that
No,
so-called beef. But
a lot of it was overreaction too. I
Yeah.
mean, it was just an unfortunate situation. But again, the reason I think people were so quick to get to that conclusion too is just because of the history that we have, like with Dominicans rejecting our blackness in cases and things like that. It's
Wait till them Spanish mommies come out in that sundress. They're gonna uncancel that real quick.
so we can't get into the spot they went in the heist. It'd be
Yeah.
like that,
But
but
that's what a lot of people say too. Like, oh, every time I go in, I can't even get in anyway.
yeah, that's true. They do.
Yeah.
They do be like that at the door. There's been
Yeah.
plenty of times like, all right.
Yeah,
Or
so-
the worst time is when he's like, all right, $200. I'm like, to get into a club the same size as my living room? Wow. Niggas is
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
Guess I'm gonna dance from outside.
Yeah, I can hear the music from out here.
Yeah. Clearly.
You can extend the hookah hose from the outside.
Secondhand smoke, that's it.
Put an extension. Put an extension
extendo
cord
on the hookah.
Bro, I'm an oldie secondhand smoke the hookah. Word.
But yeah, and since then I've seen a lot of like good protests up here with unity and things like that. And I really hope that people really do use this time to really internalize that and see that, that we don't have to make the same carry the same ideas and things like that our grandparents and parents in some cases have.
Right.
As far as those stereotypes, because really I wouldn't have anything I would have called like the racist undertones that I've heard and stuff from Hispanic people, like how Will was saying when it's last week when he was saying like a group of white people. I think Hispanic people say things like a little more subtly, if that makes sense, and almost like endearing, kind of like it doesn't sound blatantly racist when you think about it, but it is, to be honest. Like when we say things like pelo bueno y pelo malo, it's like you use like pelo bueno's good hair, pelo malo's bad hair, and you use that for like straight hair, or they call
Curly
bad
hair?
hair curly hair. And
They
like
say that, but then they have the beautiful curly hair.
but it's so ass backwards and stupid. And I really hope that we look at ourselves in the mirror and start just cutting things like that out of what we think and believe, because it's really like nasty and it's self-loathing, because Dominicans are black. Like, I think because we think that there's Dominicans that look like me, like light skinned, that like, oh well, look at Christian, like since I'm Dominican, I'm light skinned, that means we're not black. But we got to understand that everything within us is black, like our culture, our blood, like
Right.
So
I've seen that Godfrey throwback clip.
yeah, that was spot on.
That's
Accurate as
mad
fuck.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hit it like right. That's exactly. He got the accent down perfect too.
I know black. Got a sauce of that shit.
No, papi, no. My hair, no. I know. I look like
Sauce of your black up.
But
I mean,
yeah.
that is literally what It's like, especially here in New York, it's literally like that.
Yeah.
But,
So that's why I think you saw that kind of reaction, just because of people
yeah, I
know.
thought it was like niggas not a war, but like they're trying to cancel each other out.
Yeah, and that's so backwards, and it's so against
Yeah.
what we should be trying to do.
Cause I fuck with it up there. I'll be tight if I had to cancel going up there.
I can't cancel up here because I live here.
I mean, I can't go.
I can't
back
get
home.
canceled.
Right. And then they were like, "Yo, just go to Harlem clubs and bars and lounges." I'm like, "Wait, we don't have
All
no
two
clubs."
of them.
Yeah. I'm like, I could think of like one or two off the top, unless you got some new ones coming out. I don't know what you're talking about.
They try to
bro.
cancel the Dykeman basketball tournament.
Oh, when you think it's mostly black people there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if you ever think about the demographic at the nightclubs, is mostly black and Spanish.
Yeah. No.
Definitely more Spanish than black, but we make up your demographic. We give
Yeah.
y'all the money. I mean,
Mm-hmm. No, I agree completely, and that's why I think we need to do a better job at getting rid of those ideas.
City. Yeah, like
Same city, we're the same people. We grew up next to each other. We're all in
15
all the
minute
same
train ride away
neighborhoods.
from each other. Yeah, like, come
it
on.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that's done.
Yeah, I'm glad that nothing happened and it was squashed peacefully, and like that shit was done. But can you hear me?
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh, my bad. It was a little staticky. But a lot of protests going on around the city. A lot of people trying to make changes and contribute to causes. A lot of celebrity donations and a lot of people dishing out big money.
Like who?
Well, here I would just go and say this. I think some people, especially some surprise. I've seen celebrities, more so I've seen athletes as well come out, and I see a lot of organizations coming out. And the most surprising one, I think, to a lot of people, I saw that Roger Goodell in the NFL came out with some shit, which was really surprising considering that their whole stance against Kaepernick the whole time. But the part that I think got to everyone is that they actually admitted that they were wrong about it.
They got to say his name though.
They got to do a lot more.
Yeah, well, yeah. Like you got to say, yo, Cap.
If you're gonna be real, be 100% real. Don't be 50% real. Go and admit it.
Right.
Whoever you thought you were gonna piss off, you probably pissed off already anyway. Yeah. So just go gung ho and fuck those people you pissed off. Like, I mean, I get it. A lot of money's involved probably in there, and that's what they probably care about the most is their bottom line. But they went and did it. I still at least appreciate somewhat, but they're not done.
No, nowhere close.
Make some changes. They need to make structural changes. Well, yeah, go ahead.
What did that quarterback do?
That's what I was just about to ask.
All right. So, speaking of the celebrities in NFL, Drew Brees had basically was getting interviewed, and I think it was on a podcast too. And the guy asked him about the kneeling of the flag and how he felt about it. And Brees had said that he never will respect anyone who disrespects the flag. And of course, which every pretty much NFL player got, and everyone got against him at because he was missing the point.
Yeah, the same day Dominicans were trending. I saw the next one was damn.
Drew. That was the same day. Oh, damn.
I think
Drew?
so.
Yeah, Drew. It hurt a lot of people because Drew Brees is highly regarded amongst the NFL community as one of the most respected NFL players. He donates to a ton of charity and to the New Orleans community, who's heavily black. Right. So it made him seem very hypocritical.
Yeah.
And he missed the point that the people kneeling were disrespecting the flag, which wasn't the point. And plus, people that don't know by now, Kaepernick kneeled instead of sitting on the bench because he spoke to, I believe it was a Marine, that told him that kneeling was not disrespectful, but sitting down on a bench was. So he at least made a conscious of. I don't want to even get in that rabbit hole anymore of that. That's done. What's done is done. But Brees got flamed for it. He's since
And then he
apologized.
apologized. Yeah.
He's apologized.
He's
3
apologized like
times.
4 times. Yeah, I was about to
Yeah,
say.
he's
He spent this
apologized 3
whole week
times.
apologizing.
Yeah,
But he really
he's
fucked up.
shook.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
well.
I've seen
a lot of people don't know whether to take it sincere or not, but you know, I would say I'll leave it to his teammates.
That's what I was.
People that
I
know him
agree
the
with
most.
that. Mm-hmm.
People that know him the most, let them decide. He's got plenty of black teammates that he can have plenty of conversations about. And look, if we're not going to hopefully change these bigoted minds, then what are we doing this for anyway? So, you know,
Yeah, I seen a
hopefully we
lot
can
of
change his opinion for the good. Oh, go ahead. I'm done.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I saw a lot of people trying to cancel him, and I don't agree with that because
You know,
that's kind of
cancel culture
counter.
at its finest.
I just think it doesn't accomplish anything. The one thing I learned from that like whole Drew Brees shit is, like you said, he's been in the NFL forever. He's been playing football forever, and like it just goes to show you that someone could be around black people all day, every day for their whole life, and you know, still kind of not understand some of the issues at hand. Like he was one of the people I thought would understand the most and be supportive, but
as someone who's won the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, where you're more involved in the community than others.
Yeah,
it shocked everybody. He probably would have been the last one.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I thought everybody was just so like taken back by that shit. But yeah, and then that girl Laura Ingram, the one that told LeBron to shut up and dribble.
Shut up and dribble. Yeah, I seen her say, but then say that he's allowed.
He's allowed to have an opinion. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. I want to smack the shit out of her.
Typical Fox News bigots.
God.
Typical Fox News bigots. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
People that aren't surrounded, like they don't. They don't get it, man. It's so sad.
Yeah.
It's so crazy how they just.
My whole
don't
thing is
get
like,
it.
do they not see that they're wrong, or are they just delusional?
I don't think they give a fuck. That's my thing. Like, there's no way like she can be delusional.
Even if they don't give a fuck, do you think that she knows that she's wrong or not?
I would argue.
It's like, it's
I would just
obvious.
say it's a mixture.
I don't know. I don't know how they. I don't know how she thinks.
Delusional.
I don't know how she thinks. Like,
getting into someone else's head. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, right? It's obviously like, how much time?
We got like 5 minutes, but whenever we come to this, I guess we'll, you know.
Yeah. But it's like obvious how like, yo, you literally just said the polar opposite and you're contradicting yourself. How do you know you're not wrong right there? Like,
that's not their point that they're trying to get. They have different agendas.
Stuff like that just blows my mind, and we just see this every single day. I'm like, oh my god, like, whatever.
Ass backwardness at its finest, man.
Yep.
Straight up.
Like I said, I want to smack the shit out of her. I'll double down.
This shit as well.
Slap a racist Sunday.
Yo, that's fine.
That's in the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit.
That'd be lit.
That'd be fine.
That's another law they should pass.
Dunk that bitch in the holy water.
How you get baptized when you're 45?
Hey, some people
need it,
man.
Yeah.
They need it. Some people need it. Straight up.
Oh shit.
I'm not even religious.
All right. Let's do a pause here, and then I'll send you an invite.
Hashtag fuck Zoom.
Yeah, fuck Zoom. All right, so we were also wanted to acknowledge some of the big companies and celebrities and people that have been donating large amounts of money to the cause and making nice messages.
Right.
I saw that Kanye, I think, gave $2 million. The Weeknd gave $500,000.
It was $2 million for Floyd's daughter.
Yeah, like in a college fund or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think Mayweather paid for the funeral.
Yeah, I saw that.
Nice.
I think the most generous contribution came from our boy Virgil Abloh. He donated a whopping $50 to the cause. All right, because I really don't like donation shaming because, whatever you can give, I think it's great you do it and you want to donate time and everything. But you cannot flex with $50 like that and you being a multimillionaire. You just can't.
Yeah.
Nothing in Louis Vuitton costs $50. You could have donated a phone case, and that would have been more worth $50.
I feel you. Yeah, I didn't want to judge because I'm like, yo, donation's a donation, but I'm like,
Right.
you ain't got to screenshot that one.
You don't got to
Like,
screenshot it and then do
Yeah.
a challenge to everyone to match it. Like it's
Yeah, because I did 20. I'm like, if I could do 20, this dude's a millionaire. Like, but apparently he donated 20,000.
I know a lot of these celebrities are donating behind the scenes and everything doesn't get posted. But my whole thing, you can't flex with that.
Perception. Yeah. I'm like 50, and he ruined it because now his memes about him and all that.
Yeah.
You can't go Virgil with no hoes. I'm like, all right.
The picture of him with the $50 bill. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the funniest tweets I saw.
If that come out before the Harriet Tubman bill, that's wild.
Oh my god.
When
is that coming out?
I don't think it is. I think they canceled that.
That shit's enslaved. But
son, I saw somebody tweet out like that, going back to the Dykeman thing too. Is like, what the fuck are they gonna loot from Dykeman? A hookah and a Virgil full of weed? A Virgil of weed?
That's what my biggest question. Like, all right, they thought they were gonna loot there. What are they gonna take? Empanadas and shit, my nigga. Like, is it anything to shop for? It's a Dykeman. Like that ass. Like, I don't know. Like,
ask me how much it costs. That's a half of Virgil. Oh man.
Yeah.
But
he did bad with that post, man. Well, he did good. It was for a good cause, but it wasn't a flex.
Yeah, that's not.
At least don't show the number. Don't show the number.
Yeah.
Because people are always gonna pocket watch on the internet. People are always gonna pocket watch. They know you're a millionaire, so they're just gonna say, "Oh." If you would have did 1,000, like, wow, only 1,000. Like, people are always gonna do some shit like that.
To be honest, he could have. That's the thing. I saw people saying, "Oh, Kanye only did 2 million." Blah blah blah. Oh, they're only doing this and that. Like, you could have donated anything you want. People are still gonna talk shit.
Yeah.
I just think the way he posted it is what people are laughing at. Just like, because a lot of people have been getting on celebrities and shit for like not donating or doing anything. Like, I saw Michael Jordan or something's giving $100 million. You know how long it would take for me to go in and calculate me giving up $100 million? Like, it took me a good couple hours to debate whether I wanted to go from 20 to 25 on my donation. I can't imagine $100 million. Like,
yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, that was a big flex.
I'm talking to my accountant, and he's like, I think you can afford to give out 10 million. What?
Million? I'll never see it again? That's wild. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about all the companies coming out and like a lot of them have been donating, been making posts? I saw Ben and Jerry's got a lot of praise for their posts and shit.
Yeah, for their posts and for actually getting arrested.
Yeah.
That's fire.
I mean, about it.
Right, that's fire. I think that they were out there in the field. Shout out to all the celebrities that are actually out there in the field marching, like Tory Lanez and all these other people. They just really out.
Dude from Insecure got shot in the leg with a rubber bullet.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is he good?
Yeah, he's fine.
Because rubber bullets are actual real bullets, just with rubber coated on it. So niggas could get killed by that shit.
Yeah, that kid that you saw get surgery from that shit was wild.
The kid got surgery from it?
He got shot in the head with one.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
All right, I'll send it later.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah, that shit was fucked up.
As great as the donations have been and all that, and I think hopefully if it goes to the right communities in the right way, I think it'd be great. But I think these organizations can make a bigger impact than the donations, personally, is my opinion.
That's a question I wanted to ask. Do y'all feel donations work?
I don't know, because to be honest, I don't know.
In this case,
everything I donated to, and
I don't know who determines.
See, See, here's the thing. Like, what do you? All right, I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just don't know what you're like when you donate to the community. What are you giving them? Like, if it's
Money.
gonna be some bullshit where they're just getting like, if you're giving them like a pair of sneakers, that's not helping.
I'm
That's
not.
not. That's not.
Oh,
You know.
like
No, I'm not saying it's
it
hypothetically.
depends.
No.
Yeah.
I still don't. No, but I still don't think so. Like, I would put it towards their infrastructure or something make the community overall better. But if it's something like just gifts or some shit, that's not going to help.
No.
Put it towards the education. Put it to better schools. That's what I would hope it's for. That's what I would hope it's for.
My whole thing is like I've been trying to at least research now and look at what organizations do what with the money because
Yeah.
I was realizing half the shit I've donated to, I don't even know where the fuck the money goes or what they're going to
Exactly.
do with
That's
it.
my thing.
Like,
I thought it was easy to donate. You just go like Black Lives Matter, donate. Then I seen it was like 17,000 different versions of like Black Lives Matters and companies. I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't know which one. Like, and I don't
Gotta
know
do
if
your
it's
research.
gonna work. Yeah. Why
Yeah.
don't these companies just collab and like I don't know, like just make
because a
one
lot of
thing.
them don't have the same agenda too. Like a lot of them just they're gonna pocket that shit.
That's
Sadly,
that. This is and that's why it just goes back to my point. I think they can make bigger and better impacts and make. I mean,
well,
as great as the donations are, I think their just their social structures are really what's going to help make that change rather than a financial donation.
well,
In
I
my
think
opinion.
I think more than anything now, companies are saying stuff and giving money just to save face too. Like at this point,
Yeah,
if you're a
yeah,
company and you haven't said shit or done
yeah,
anything, oh, it's your
yeah.
ass.
Exactly.
Like
People are
you,
coming at you.
yeah,
There's eyes. There's eyes. Trust me.
yeah.
Yeah, I see niggas going at Fashion Nova and all them other online companies. Like, really, niggas is dying. You out here trying to show ass? Fuck out here.
People are watching.
Yeah.
People
Like
are being much
another
more
the
observant.
dude who recorded who live streamed like niggas looting and shit like that. People like he had 150,000 people view his live stream. And from there, he grew up a whole fan base who's been donating to him ever since then. So a lot of people in the comments like, yo, that nigga definitely gonna pocket all this money because y'all niggas give him like hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
He's getting that
Some
much.
What are they giving him money
Yeah.
for?
Yeah,
I don't
why?
know. Thing is, he's saying like it's gonna go to like protests. He's gonna buy food, supplies, and stuff like that. He did do that. Like I think I seen yesterday, he bought like a
He bought
bunch
a
of boxes
pizza.
of people. No, not just one. He bought boxes and
Cut that
water
bitch
and
into
shit like that.
36 slices. Everybody gets a
And
sliver of that
Lunchable
bitch.
slices. That'd be wild. But yeah, it's like it's on you. Once you get like people even donate to women online, like on their
OnlyFans,
chatter
yeah.
base. Yeah, like you're just
Yo,
it's just
if you're giving to OnlyFans and you ain't donating to the cause, fuck you.
yeah, you got a point.
Like
Like y'all know the pro gamer Pokemon?
who's that?
She's like a cute Fortnite player. Like she plays Fortnite and other PC games and shit like that. She's like a cute gamer, so like she has a bunch of simp fans. Like some of them be like, yo, this is my last $500. I'll find out another way to get it back, but here, you can have it. She's a millionaire. Why are you giving her your last dollar? Why are you donating your money that you need? Like donations are wild to me. Like I don't know how you can just like
I don't
trust
know how you can
what's
give
gonna
it
happen.
to some random chick online and just
You know what it is? They feel like they know the person from watching them online so much.
I know a lot of people in real life that I haven't given any money to.
Yeah, I feel you.
I don't know.
But it's insane, son. That's the risk you take when you donate.
Word.
I'm thirsty.
No, sip, son.
So what?
No. I thought you said you were thirsty.
I am. I'll be right back, niggas.
All right, so also a lot of still police brutality stuff popping up, videos, people protesting, getting beat up, fighting cops and stuff. But we've seen a lot of new people join the fight too. Like I saw Anonymous getting in the game
Yep.
and start doing their hacker shit, shutting down people's websites. They said they're gonna expose stuff.
They did expose stuff. They
Yeah,
did expose a lot of stuff.
I
Apparently,
think.
Trump been involved with like a bunch of like child sex and all that shit.
Mhm.
It's like a whole like report. Like, I
Yeah,
seen it all.
you need to
You seen
drop
it?
that shit already. No.
It's
Oh,
out.
is it out?
Yeah, it's on the internet.
Oh,
Like
I
you
gotta
probably
read.
seen the picture, didn't know what it was about. Just him sitting with kids and this little pretty
Oh,
girl. What's the name? Black model from London.
Naomi Campbell. I saw she was
She's
in that.
involved. She's involved. They killed one girl for being involved with them.
Damn,
Will Smith was tied into it somehow.
I could see that.
What? Yeah, it's pretty like what? Yeah, so they've been leaking stuff. That nude of Donald Trump getting spray painted,
That's nasty.
spray tan. They leaked that.
Shit. A part of me wants them to like really get into shit and be like the catalyst for like the war, and it turns into like money heist or some shit.
I don't know if I'm ready for that. I gotta be real with you. I don't know. I don't even know if the world ready for that. That sounds scary, son.
That sounds lit. You ever watch V for Vendetta?
No, I never watched it, but I know
Oh, you gotta watch that.
That heavily influenced.
Yeah, you gotta watch that though. That's a classic.
Yeah, that's what they say. If I can find it, I'll watch it.
Yeah, good movie. But who else been getting in the fight?
The Korean, the K-pop stand.
K-pop, yeah.
What is that about?
All right, so pretty much, if you're familiar with K-pop, they have like the largest and most diehard fan base of all time. So after the Blackout Tuesday that we had, where we pretty much like didn't do anything on social media, the day after, white supremacists were trying to do Whiteout Wednesday, where they were trying to use hashtags like Black Lives Matter to promote white supremacist shit on the internet.
Or I saw like White Lives Matter too, or something.
Yeah,
shit
White
like
Lives
that.
Matter. Yeah, so they were just doing like anti-black shit.
They were using those hashtags.
Yeah.
And posting like K-pop, like either stuff or parodies or something like that.
So yeah, that's pretty much what the K-pop did. They over flooded the internet with those kind of stuff. They over
so it would wash out. Yeah, so it would wash out the messages.
Yeah, there was a police app that they used for like information and stuff like that. They flooded their airwaves with nothing but K-pop videos and audios and stuff like that. And then they just really just washed out that whole Whiteout Wednesday thing that they had going on. So they definitely went to war with the pretty much one of the biggest internet armies out there, which is the K-pop stance.
Lit. We need as many allies in this shit as we can get.
We got them.
Do you fuck with K-pop?
Like I've been thinking about starting a K-pop band for like 2 years now, probably 3 now. Dead ass. That's one of my guilty pleasures, huh? No, that's the thing. No. But
that's holding me back.
Huh? No, that's not holding me back, nigga. Fuck that, nigga.
Is High Brothers K-pop?
Nah, they're Chinese.
Oh.
Oh. I just have like, you know what I mean? I'm Milli Vanilli the shit, my nigga. You know what I mean? I do the choreography and just have like 6. Some of these K-pop bands be having like 12 niggas in one group, which is wild to me. And I don't know how they grow a fan base, because like if you like, I remember at Rockefeller Center they had a line all the way from 5th Avenue all the way to 6th, and then it just wrapped around for niggas trying.
But it's not just like Koreans that fuck with K-pop. I see a lot of like white
Americans.
Yeah, like
that's what I'm talking about. At Rockefeller Center, they had the line from 5th Avenue wrapped all the way around 6th for niggas to see BTS.
Damn.
Yeah, nigga, it's real. Nigga, if you want to be popping, be a K-pop star, nigga.
We out?
I'm down.
You and Will?
Yeah, sure.
I need a little more certainty than that. What the fuck?
Yeah, this nigga don't sound confident.
No, half-stepping. What the fuck?
Yeah, nigga.
Neapolitan ice cream goes K-pop.
You imagine?
Yeah, nigga. We K-popping, nigga.
All right. I guess we can talk about some of the latest Corona-related updates. We're hopefully going to start seeing things come back to normal.
Oh, yes, it's very true. Nigga.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Man.
Sports are finally starting to look like they might be around the corner. NBA has
2 months.
Hey, progress. Good news.
So NBA, I think, has something in place already. They have a whole
Yeah,
system.
an official
Yeah.
announcement too. It wasn't
Yeah.
just a rumor this time. It was an actual official announcement.
Their structure is in place
Mhm.
in terms of how they're going to come back.
Does NHL have that official as well?
Same exact thing. Same exact thing.
That's
with
what
the
I figured.
exception, the only difference is the NHL hasn't officially determined the 2 hub cities yet, while the NBA has decided on the Wild World of Disney in Orlando.
Okay, and then NFL is gonna assume it's gonna have its normal schedule because they can do whatever the fuck they want, pretty much.
Pretty much.
And baseball just said, "Fuck yeah, I ain't getting baseball this year." Pretty much, they can't
Really?
agree on. They can't agree on how much money each of them are gonna pocket. Pretty much.
Yep.
Each of them, the players or
The players versus the owners, pretty much.
Yep. Like how the distribution of wealth is going to be. The players want their full salaries prorated to the amount of games that they play, and then the owner said we can't do that. Long story short,
what side are y'all on? The players or the owners?
both of them can go fuck themselves in my opinion, at this point. Yeah. Because you know what?
What do you
My thing is too. Why does
Here we
it
go.
take 5 days for them to fucking say no? I'm trying not to be stay triggered here. Yeah,
Go for it.
Nah.
It's the platform.
It depresses me. I don't want
it's so funny because you can see him just.
I don't want to be depressed.
You know, it's just confusing because I don't know why these greedy fucks. No, honestly, I think they gotta find a way to meet in the middle. Like for the players, if you ain't playing the whole season, you shouldn't get paid for the whole season.
They want to get paid for the whole
No,
season.
no, that's not true. That's not true.
Okay.
It's prorated. They want to be paid prorated due to the amount of games that they play. That's what it is. If they were proposing 114, which is I guess a lot at this point, but who knows? And then Major League Baseball doesn't want to go really past November because they're of the fear of the increase of coronavirus through the flu season. I don't know. Get in the fucking room and talk this out and negotiate like fucking human beings.
November, it'd be winter.
Yeah, November. Not really anymore.
Look, man, if you're getting paid $6 million, you better get your ass out.
Yeah.
They don't play when it rains.
Fucking snow. The only fucking baseball players are the pussiest motherfuckers. You know, so go out there and fucking play in November. Yeah. Get something done. Just get something done. Get in a room and talk it out. Why does it take 5 days for them to say no and then make a counter? Get in a room, hash it out.
Who is that? The players or the owners?
It's the union.
There's both of them. There's the Major League Baseball Association, which is you have the commissioner and the owners. Versus the Players Association, the union, basically.
Hmm.
Just talk it out in a fucking room or a Zoom call.
We should invite them on here.
You want to set them up?
Yeah.
They're so greedy they're not going to pay for the premium of Zoom, and they're all fucking multimillionaires. That's how fucking cheap. You could speak. The Wilcons are cheap fucks.
I hate them.
You can't figure out a way to make full prorated salaries with like a higher luxury tax. Like you can't figure that out.
So there's like
both sides. Like they're just they're greedy, lazy, and they're trying to strong harm each other, and it's just annoying. And the whole thing is why it pisses everybody off is because this sport it's on the decline in terms of interest in the national scale. They could have done something that could have really promoted the brand in the game by being the first ones early. You can make a lot of people give a shit about the fact that it's America's pastime.
Yeah, viewers would go through the top. They're the first ones back.
Yeah, exactly. It would have helped their image out so much. And now, because they're greedy, it's being it's counter effective. and now they're looking by far the worst out of any organization. And that's what it's just sad.
So there's
It
like
really is
nothing to look forward to yet, like any.
Not yet.
There has been
Not
no
yet.
progress. None.
No.
Wow. Well, so that whole thing about a tournament, that whole tournament concept.
It's
They can't
at this point. They can't agree on the fucking games they want to play,
Yeah.
let alone how they're going to be able to take care of everybody. I haven't heard that the players even accepted that part yet.
Yeah.
They're so far away, and they're probably all sitting in their fucking mansions right now, scratching their balls. They're not
So what would you
doing
do
shit.
if MLB said, "Yo, we couldn't come to it, so what we're gonna do is have each team play online on MLB The Show."
They've been doing that.
They've already been doing that.
Yeah.
They've already been
Really?
doing that. That shit
Yeah.
has been asked. Did you watch any of it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Son, it was terrible because some of them had like really bad connections.
Yep.
It was so
And then
awful.
and then baseball players, some of them have just no personality either.
Not at all. None whatsoever.
Like none. They're just so hard to market because they're all
Yeah,
corny.
literally.
Mhm.
A lot of them are. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know how
Well,
they're gonna come back.
basketball.
All right, so yeah, let's
Basketball.
talk a little basketball and I guess hockey too. I'll probably watch hockey now because
It's on.
yeah.
And New York is in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, the Rangers are in.
Yeah, I'm watching. Maybe. Fuck that.
You were watching hockey when the Rangers were
when they're good, yeah.
going
When
through the Stanley Cup.
when I can go to a bar and there's
Yeah.
a party and some shit, I'm in there. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was lit when they were making
Yeah.
the Stanley Cup. So that was wild.
All right. So one, do y'all think it's going to be successful and go through? Two, are y'all hopeful for it? And then three, what are y'all predictions for this whole shit?
All right, you want to go first?
All right.
All right. I'm fine with the structure, I guess. Again, same with the NHL. I said with the NHL, finding a perfect solution for an imperfect circumstance is
That's
impossible. So I'll take the 8 regular season games. It's better than nothing. I have strong doubts, though. It's something weird. Feels weird about it all, and
Yeah, that's exactly what I
I'm
said.
having a hard
sure
time. I'm having a hard time coming to terms with it's going to happen the way that it's going to happen. I don't know what it is. They may have a good plan in place. Something just doesn't feel right about it.
Is it the 2K soundtrack playing in the background that?
That's going to be terrible. That is going to be awful.
Oh, yeah, in the back. Yo, my man, I got next.
Back to you,
Back
Clark.
to you, David.
Let's go down to David Aldridge. Thank you, David.
You imagine you could just spam press your button to skip all that shit? I don't know. I'm still nervous about this whole Corona shit because I don't it seems like it's dying, but I don't know. I hope they play though, just because I want to see something.
We need it. I mean, the numbers. Well, I don't know about every other state, but in New York they're good. So it could work.
Again, I'm just nervous because if one player and I think it's gonna depend on which player too. If it's a team that has real title contentions and their best player gets the virus and he can't play, I think they're gonna try to make it slow for everybody else.
Yeah, if it's the NBA Finals and LeBron gets the Rona,
exactly. The Lakers are not letting that finals happen.
Weeks.
Yeah, they're not letting that happen.
They're either gonna postpone the game for 2 weeks or two drop the whole thing.
No.
But
postponing the series for 2 weeks is wild.
What they're saying is, if one person gets it, they're still gonna keep going. That's what it said in the article.
And
what I'm saying is, you think if LeBron gets sick, if he tests positive, I don't think they're telling nobody.
That's OD.
If he's good and he's healthy and you can't tell, I don't think they're gonna say shit.
That's OD because he's gonna infect everybody else.
I don't think they give a fuck.
One thing I will say,
look, LeBron got to get canceled after that. You gotta get canceled after that. Because that's
He wants
selfish.
to make
You'd
it
rather
his
get a
own flu
title
game.
and kill everything.
He watched the last dance, and now he wants to have his own flu game and have more
That's the
comparisons.
plague game. He's infecting everybody. That's
There's
crazy.
not going to be anybody playing D on him. He'll be the only
they're
one
gonna
on the
be
court.
fucking- Yeah. If you go that hard for a title,
Or the
he
food
better get
poisoning
canceled.
game. Sorry,
Well,
what
Except for
was the
LeBron's fans, like, yo, he did that. He did that.
Look at him, brave. Played
Yeah.
through that shit.
Yeah.
Selfish motherfuckers. You were going to say something, Will?
Yeah, the only thing I'm gonna say is, so the Knicks, given that the Knicks are officially out
Oh God.
for these, no.
I'm tight.
I'm beyond. No, I'm fine with that.
I'm not.
They better make.
I'm fine with you being tight.
I'm not.
They better make at least every day at least one of the games nationally televised, like the 8 regular season games, because the teams that they eliminated that they're out, we have no local market to watch the game. You know what I'm saying? Because the Knicks are out.
It's only going to be local?
No, it
No,
can't be
I don't know.
local.
I'm saying they better not. Like they have to make those 8 regular season games somehow at least make at least a couple
I think they
of them
will.
nationally
Do
televised.
you
I
see
think
the
all
shit
of
they're
them.
showing on every channel?
Yeah,
they ain't got shit to
they
show.
have yeah, exactly.
I ain't
I
trying to
know.
watch the
I
beer
just-
pong World Cup. Like,
I'm just saying. I just hope that it happens. That every day something is nationally televised. ESPN's going to eat it up because
hell yeah.
And it's also for them. It's getting played in their sponsored fucking
You're gonna see a
resort.
big ass ESPN logo in the middle.
Yeah, yeah. So ESPN is probably going to air basketball every single day.
man, they
Which
play at
I'm
the Jordan
for.
Rec Center.
Oh God.
So,
I'm
question:
for.
Is the playoff still East versus West, or is it 1 through 22 brackets?
I think it's still East versus West because it's not one. It's
Basketball
you
isn't though, right?
so. What?
Is basketball?
Basketball's East and West. Yeah.
Yeah.
But are there the same amount of teams in each conference?
No, it's only 9 on the East and
That's
like
what I'm
12
saying.
Yeah,
on the West.
well, here's the thing: they're still going to play the 8 regular season games, and if the 9th seed is within 4.5 games by the time it's all over, then they'll play the 8th seed or some sort of tiebreaker for those
I don't get
for
it.
the last spot.
So
So the Wizards are the only team that's not in one of the top 8, right? That's still playing. If the Wizards at the end they're taking the regular season standings still,
okay.
right? Their current regular season standings, and after the 8 games are played, if the Wizards are within 4, I think it's 4.5 games. I think they set the mark at with to the 8th seed. I think Orlando. I think is the 8th seed right now.
Yeah.
So if they're within 4.5 games of Orlando, they'll play a play-in tournament, like a 1v1, like one game single elimination for the 8th seed. Yeah.
No, they play
For- No, John Wall versus Aaron Gordon.
Is John Wall back now?
No, he's not.
No.
I don't think that was Bradley Beal back.
You know what's crazy? It fucking figures that the season that Kevin Durant misses is the one that's the least amount of games played.
Yeah.
Fucking piece of shit.
Well, they're gonna get
he and
knocked
Kyrie-
anyway. Well, actually, they might do better.
he and
without
Kyrie are
Kyrie
both-
playing now.
No, he and Kyrie are both not playing.
Yeah.
So
they
But,
missed. He misses 40 games.
I
Fucking
think
Knicks should
every
have signed
team in the West up to Houston, I think the first 6 seeds are already clinched because they were already 8 games up from the 9th seed. So,
Right.
So basically, those bottom feeder teams will play. I'm intrigued to how they're going to make the schedule. Who they're going to put against each other. I guess the East. I can imagine because there's 9 teams, you play each of the other 8 teams of the 8 games. I would think. And then the West, they'll figure it out somehow.
I'm not gonna lie.
But-
If let's say the Knicks were like good and this was the situation, I won't say tight. I'll be happy. But if we won the championship now, I don't think it'll be that lit because like there's no parade or anything going on.
All right. So here's a question I had, and I think I'm sure we're all thinking this, but does this, whatever does get played, right? Let's say they do play and the season finishes, right? Is this season have like an asterisk next to it, or do you think it counts the same? Would you feel the type of way if your team won or lost this year? Do you think it counts any less or more?
It counts the same, I think, because they're still playing the games. That doesn't change. It just doesn't have as much of an impact for me not being. If I'm a fan of the team, not being there, not being part of a parade or whatever, that's the whack part about it. It's like
Not being at a
can't
game.
yeah, you can't celebrate it the right way. It's like I just feel like I won a 2K game.
Yeah, I feel you.
I mean, like
So, yeah, and they've had this debate already on sports channels about the season being an asterisk, and I'm in the same boat with Joe. I think it'll be the exact same. I think when you talk about put an asterisk on it, like it doesn't mean it didn't happen. It's just the way the public perceives it. It's all public perception. They still get crowned. It still counts. People are still going to get a ring. And I think at the end of the day, you're going to find a way to still be happy if your team wins the championship, regardless of how it happened. It's again, you're making you can't come up with a perfect circumstance for something imperfect. So at the end, like if you think about it too, technically when you have a playoffs, the best overall team may not necessarily win anyway. And then it's like, oh, are you really crowning the best team? How do you determine the best team? Just go out and play the games, and we're going to be fine with whatever champion. And then, yeah, whoever doesn't get the parade, it does suck. But
yeah, I agree with you. But if it's a team I don't like, I'm gonna probably talk shit. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm always gonna do that.
Like if LeBron wins this year, I'm gonna be like, well, it didn't really, this shit was bullshit. Half the teams was sick. Half the league took a But I think the parade and I think not having no fans at the games would suck.
that's part of me that I just can't like I said, UFC is able to do it perfectly fine. Fucking NASCAR right now, no one gives they're able to do it because no one really gives a shit about the fans. Like the fans don't really have that much of an aspect when you're in the car anyway. But there's something about sport, like
team sports.
Mm-hmm. It's different. And I've been trying to watch the KBO.
Because you feel like you're part of the team when you're a fan.
Yeah, and like there's a whole energy that's just different.
It's funny because in that shit they got the cartoons and like stuffed animals.
They put stuffed plush animals in the stands, and they've been simulating like some voice noise, which has helped. Like I'm not gonna lie, like you talk about I don't know about 2K specifically if that's gonna work, right? But KBO's been already able to put some background fan noise. It's a little still kind of awkward because they don't do that as much. Like they don't do cheers and stuff like that. You just hear the chatter.
But
NBA
it's
held
background noise. He's on
fire.
He's fire.
Same audio quality too. That shit just sounds all distorted.
That'll be fire.
But we're still 2 months away.
Yeah,
it's 2 months away.
Well, July 31st. It's practically August.
The end of July. Yeah,
see, that's
the beginning
like
of July.
the whole.
I thought it was like in a couple weeks.
There's like I almost wonder if there's too much time in between.
Well, are they gonna have like training camp or anything like that?
Yeah, they are.
Man, get your ass out there! What the fuck?
Yeah, they're gonna have training. Are they having preseason too, or something? I think they might have like warm-up games. Yeah, it's an extra bit. Yeah. I feel like it's too much time where something's gonna go wrong in this month and a half.
Yeah,
that's gonna fuck shit up.
Then, I think they said August we have the NBA lottery, and then October we have the draft, and then right now there's an asterisk that the next season will start December 1st.
Yeah,
that's too much.
That's quick turnaround.
It's so far away. It is what it is. I'd rather that than nothing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
We'll see what NHL does. What's good with soccer? They still go?
I mean, they
MLS.
They don't really play in front of anybody anyway.
Yeah.
MLS. Shit's is empty. Let me stop. That's OD.
I wish there was like a.
I'd be lying if I said I know what's going on with them. I don't know. I've seen European leagues are playing.
Really?
Yeah, they are. They started. Yeah. And I think the Premier League starts in like next week. back up the English Premier League. What? I don't care. I really don't. I want our sports.
Our sports.
Yeah.
I do too, son.
But whatever. Just day by day, like this whole shit's been.
Pretty much.
I finally feel like we're finally getting close. I just hope it's not all ruined. I'll be tight if the number just jumps back up and it's like, yo, it's slow for like opening up New York. These niggas protesting. I get it, but like, yo.
All right.
Our numbers are.
Do you? Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, if we do get like a second wave, do you really think shit is gonna get shut down again?
Depends on this.
I think so.
The
Depends on how
severity of the
severe.
wave. I don't know. I'm still torn in between like the middle of, you know, oh, maybe everything that we did is like working and we were good in helping stop preventing this, and this thing really ain't shit. Like I'm somewhere in between all of this. And I don't know, like I think it's real weird that we haven't seen shit come up from the past since Memorial Day. Because since Memorial Day, people been out. I've seen people drinking, people fucking protesting, people out fighting cops, people just out not giving a fuck. Like, and our number continues to go down. Yeah. So I don't know. I would have thought that if all this shit was going down, it would go up at least a little bit. But I don't know.
Something's weird. And the other thing is, too, at all the press conferences I watch, not one reporter is asking, yo, what, like, you see all these people out, yet the number isn't going up. What's your take on that? To like Cuomo or to whatever government official. I don't see that question being asked directly to them at all.
I've seen him say like about like the protesting. He mentioned like, well, they're all wearing masks. One, no, they're not. I've seen videos. There's motherfuckers not wearing masks.
Yeah, no.
I've walked down the block and I see people like out chilling, drinking, not giving a fuck, wearing masks. Like, not everyone is wearing a mask.
Not to mention everybody's screaming.
No one's asked his take on why the numbers are not going up. That's what my point is. After all these measures, or maybe it's a little still too soon. Maybe we need to wait another week for the whatever side effects that come through, I guess. But something's weird.
I don't know. This shit
it doesn't make sense to me either.
Like, I'm worried about it. I'm worried a little. I'm concerned. That's what it is.
Concerned is my. Yeah. I don't know. Again, because some days I'm like, damn, I don't think this shit really is shit, and then some days I'm like, well, what if I'm wrong and I'm just being stupid?
Yeah, because niggas dead ass die.
Yeah, that's like I just look back to my old point of view where I thought it wasn't shit to begin with, and then I saw firsthand the effects of it, as almost as close as possible, and I, my opinion had changed a little bit before that, but it definitely even fully changed after that to where it was real, it was serious. Yeah. But it's still
it's weird. It's weird.
Something isn't adding up. Something's just not adding up. Maybe it's just more about the disease that we don't know about.
You think it has an effect to do with outside, like the fact that everyone's just outside and it's not inside?
I never thought about that.
I think it may not be easily as passed through with the idea of touching things as opposed to maybe coughing and sneezing on things. Or maybe not sneezing, yeah. Like, I don't know if it gets as spread through people touching surfaces as much as they say it is. Because I will say the difference between now and back then is a lot more people are wearing masks than they were before.
I haven't heard from Fauci in weeks.
Yes, ever since the protest, Fauci has been fucking hiding somewhere.
Right.
That's why it's just so weird to me.
Something's off with this whole thing. I don't know.
Yeah, where's Fauci been at? What the hell?
Yep. So that's the only solution I can come up with. That maybe it's not as easily passed on from touching as opposed to people coughing and breathing and spitting and whatever the case is. That's my only thing I could think of right now.
You're not afraid to like go out and like be out.
I mean, I already got it.
No, I know that.
You
I'm
don't know
talking
that.
about-
You ain't get tested.
You don't know if you don't know if you can get it again. That's another thing they've been saying.
You're right. I don't,
It's not
but
guaranteed.
I think I've come to terms with eventually. I wasn't afraid of it personally before. Like I said, I that stance never changed. My opinion, even when I had it, I wasn't scared when I had it. It was more so about the other people that are near me.
I think that's the big concern with anybody.
That's totally fine, and that's
I'm
totally yeah. I'm not scared of getting it again myself.
So you're ready to go to restaurants and shit.
Yep.
Like right now?
Mhm. Yep.
I respect that. Me too. Pretty say he's not going the first week. I feel him on it.
And that's fine. Look, at this point, I respect caution more than what I did before.
It's not because of the disease.
No,
it's not. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, I just think people are just gonna be. People are gonna be annoying the first week or two. I think.
I think they're gonna be annoying regardless.
No, but especially that first week, everybody's going, oh my god, I can't wait to get out and wild out and all this bullshit. I ain't trying to deal with any of these motherfuckers. There's gonna be that same New Year's crowd, the same St. Patrick's Day crowd. Everyone all these corny motherfuckers that get anxious to go out and do shit. And
what if you go to like a more low key spot?
Yeah, you can.
I'll be out to like a low key spot. I just don't want to go out.
Yeah.
We'll see what out is.
I also want to see if shit does pop off. Like, God forbid that first time we all go out. That's just.
Yeah, I'm tight. Like my concern is I feel like I'm either gonna not fuck with the new way of going out, with having to wear a mask and just be there and all these distance between like tables and shit like that. I'm either gonna be able to tolerate it, or I'm just gonna fuck with it all the way. And I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it yet. So I just wanna.
It looks as if.
I'm anxious to try and see what it's like.
Yeah, it looks as if everyone's gonna be wearing masks to the spots, but when it comes to being at the spots,
that doesn't make sense to me.
Them off. It doesn't make sense to me either. You're right. That's what according to the phase 2 about the outside restaurant thing. Like once you sit down at the table, masks off, party.
But that's because you're outside, right?
I don't know. It doesn't. None of it makes sense. It really doesn't. The fact that we're allowed to group up with 10 people now. He said that's okay. Yeah.
There's been thousands of people grouping up every fucking day.
Exactly.
And it wasn't
they're not social distancing.
No, they're not.
And they're holding hands.
Yeah. Like
so
I don't know. I'm gonna shut the fuck up because we've been wrong about everything. And
these are just like.
But it's a legit
it's not so much about being. It's not so much.
Yeah.
We haven't.
But no, I'm not saying this is 100% fact. Yeah. This is our thoughts.
I just don't want to jinx anything.
I think we're questioning more than anything. We're not really coming out and saying what.
No, you said knock on wood.
You said pause. You said some gay shit.
Oh,
wow.
But yeah, we're just questioning all of it. I don't think.
I don't get it.
I think it's right to be skeptical. Actually.
Yeah.
I think again, question what you read goes back to that whole point. But I'm ready. I'm ready to move her out.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready. So you out there first day?
Yeah. Whatever it is. Yeah, I'll be up. I'm trying to go out now.
I mean, you can.
They're all out and about. The brunch host is out.
Where? Going where? Doing what?
They're
just outside the brunch spots. They're outside the same spots they were going to.
Yeah. Wait, they're doing brunch right now?
Yeah.
Well,
not now. They're drinking in front. They were out there drinking outside in front of the spots.
Standing up in front of the spots, or
yeah, like England style, like how you stand outside like an English pub and shit, chilling.
Oh.
Yeah, they're out there.
They're out there. Oh, well. When is phase 2? Probably like July or something like that.
Probably.
Do they give other stuff? I thought they only gave. I thought they only gave like the date for.
They only gave the official date for phase 1.
Phase 1.
De Blasio did say that if everything goes right, we should have phase 2 by July 1st.
What?
That's old.
And there's 4 of them shits?
Yeah.
No, I think he's gonna expedite it. To be honest with you, it's not.
They have to.
It's not even
Son.
De Blasio. It's Cuomo
They
anyway.
have to.
Son, New York can't do this for the summer.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Honestly. Because we're running out of summer. It's already almost July.
Son.
When you think about it, let's say it opens July. We only have 8 weeks.
We already can't really fly nowhere either.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can actually.
We can,
Where?
but I wouldn't. Here's the reason why I wouldn't risk it, because their numbers in like Florida are still going up. They just had like 1,000 cases yesterday.
My biggest
I'm
scare
good.
is I don't want to go somewhere and then God forbid it spikes somewhere or it
Yeah,
spikes
it's spiking
here and
in
I can't
other
get
countries.
back.
I also
I'm
low
good.
key don't know how I feel about fucking wearing a mask on a plane. That shit sounds whack as fuck.
How's it different from everywhere else? What the fuck?
You don't feel like it's like the air is tight on an airplane?
No.
Really?
And
You
also
don't
there's
feel
there's no middle seats on the airplanes right now.
I guess that's true. That'll probably help it
You got
out
extra
a little bit,
space.
but
They're not going to be doing middle seats for a while. So all that means is flights are going to be expensive as fuck.
Yep, they already are.
Oh, do you,
They're already skyrocketing. Should have got
They should.
should have booked a flight in like for July, like back in March, for
That
the
would've been
$50.
$26 and shit.
See, I'm hoping this is like the last month we got to go through this shit. I need a haircut.
Yeah, well, that's phase 2, so July.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you saying you're gonna skip that first week? I think I gotta take that first week. If we doing it like this, you're running out of summer by the time you ready.
I gotta wait it out. Like
It'll be
I might let you go scope it out first and be like, all right, it's lit. And then I might pull up or something.
You just had the hose.
Yeah. You might catch a runner for some hoes.
Hey,
Nah, it's OD though.
it's better than catching it from the supermarket. Like I'd rather catch it from a chick than a box of cereal. Over here having to wipe down all groceries and shit. Meanwhile,
Yeah. I'm sorry. This is a whack situation, son. The worst situation, bro. I hate this shit, but there's only so much Warzone you can play, right? Like, I'm about to go play that shit again right now. But anyway, I want to go back outside. I miss it. It's summer. You done?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah. Y'all got anything else?
I'm praying.
Fingers crossed. Pray for New York.
I hope they expedite. Open
I'll
everything.
be outside next
Yeah.
week or some shit. We got to be out before July 4th.
That could be like a perfect day to like celebrate.
I think people are going to wild the fuck out.
No
Like,
way
what?
it's going to be social distancing on July 4th. What day is that even on?
It's probably on a Saturday too. It's going to be wild if it is.
I actually
Let's
think
be
it's
real.
Friday.
Every day is Saturday.
July 4th is on a Saturday.
I think
Oh,
July
God.
4th is on a Saturday. The city is going to blow up.
Yo, how wild would that be? Like,
Because real New York,
exploded.
because like everybody hasn't left either. Like nobody went on vacation and nothing, so everybody's still here. Only people that left New York are people that ain't from here. So
Yeah.
if it happens on July 4th, this whole shit was planned. I'm telling you. All right.
Would you take it though?
I'll take it. What's today? Yeah, I
one more month.
that's the max.
Like, yo, it was planned, but like
The max I could do is like another month of this.
no, I'm saying would you accept like, yo, you're open July 4th. It was planned. You came to that conclusion. Would you still go with the flow? Or
What can I do? It's not like I can go back in time and change the shit.
I know, like, fuck it. It was planned, but shit, let me get it
It
old
was planned. I'm
fashioned.
not with this. It was planned. It was planned the whole time.
Yeah, you'll see me. Man, that shit was planned.
It was
I'm at the
planned.
bar. They got me.
Right. It was planned.
I did save money this month or these past 3 months or whatever the fuck it's been. So
I think about it like the bar costs a lot. And I be in that motherfucker wilding. Like,
yeah,
that's like $60
minimum.
Yeah.
A night. Oh shit! God forbid you want to eat out too. Ooh.
No, that's what Two Bros. When y'all said fuck Two Bros yesterday, nah.
Who said fuck Two Bros?
One of y'all said that.
That was not me.
It was Wilden.
Yeah, but I don't think it was. I don't think it was exactly like that though. I think it was more like I think it was
we're
like
talking about quality
hypothetical.
pizzas.
I think it was like no, but I think it was like something about I think I was being hypothetical on it.
I got you. But yeah, I did save a lot of money. I haven't gone out what 4 months. So yeah, saved up just for July 4th. It's going down, nigga.
Fingers crossed we out by then. But
Yeah.
I'm
pretty sure it's gonna be open regardless. I think it's on. I mean, they're gonna be out there.
Yeah, but they need to like open. Like,
Yeah.
I need to go in somewhere.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing too. The subways, ooh, they better start. They better increase those fucking trains quickly, because I'm not trying to be in that subway in this fucking nasty ass humidity for 10 minutes.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't even talk about the subways. Like, that's like it's supposed to be #1 spot. You could contract the shit.
Yeah. And with people sweating, woo!
Oh no. Oh no. We did us miss the whole season.
I missed my favorite like season.
What animals skip seasons? Yeah, I know, right? Like we did that.
Like bears and squirrels and shit, but they skip winter. Yeah. That shit is whack anyway. Like
we skipped spring. That's crazy.
Spring is lit, man. I love hoodie weather.
And you know what the crazy part about it is? We always
like we was in a
how in New York, it always went from like 40 to like 75, 80, like that. We never got like
that shit went from 40 to
weather.
Time.
That shit was 65 degrees for 3 months.
It was like, yeah.
Then boom, 85.
It was perfect weather during this whole shit.
I'm tired. All right.
It was planned.
We'll see. By the end of the year, I'll have a full thesis on by the time whatever thing happened. No, my thesis is going to be it's either it was planned or it wasn't. That's what. That's my thesis.
Flip a coin. You're gonna flip a coin. You'll keep watching YouTube's conspiracy theories.
Maybe facts.
Yeah, you're gonna make them. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. You should do that. Start your own conspiracy channel.
You subscribe. Put these episodes as reference and shit.
Yeah, factual shit. Episode 72, minute 3, second 15. All right. Any last thoughts?
No.
Or anything?
No.
All right. Be sure to follow us on all platforms. Yes, please open for the love of God.
Don't fuck up. Don't fuck this up.
Yes, they already fucked this shit up.
It's already been fucked up. Don't fuck it up some more.
Yes. You know where to find us. Be sure to subscribe everywhere at Neapolitan Podcast. Find us on YouTube at Neapolitan Ice Cream Podcast. And on that note, don't kill us.
Don't kill us.